going to give a quick update. After 2 weeks of rain, and I haven't really looked at anything in here, this is how we're looking now. So we've got these are our raised garden beds here, which are inbuilt, and then we've got a couple just over there. So let's go through these ones first. We've got some broccoli, which you see them growing here, and once you see them in the other garden beds, these have done nothing. They've probably doubled, maybe tripled in size since I've planted them, and they're really doing nothing at all. I've got some broad beans, which are now, I would say, 4 weeks old. So they're getting there, growing from seed. Slowly, they're just under a foot tall, looking at them. Got some silver beets in here. I've planted all radishes at the front. And then we've got some kale there and there. And just here, which were grown from seeds as well. So our snow peas, I thought, would have grown a lot bigger in this time. But they've started to, we've got some snow peas already on here, which is nice, but I would have liked a bigger bush before they start to fruit. So I don't know how many we're going to get off these guys, but for the amount of plants, hopefully we'll get a fair few. So we've got our kale here. This is just your common kale, and then we've got some Italian kale there, where this one here has been getting smashed with caterpillars. So I came out yesterday in a gap during the rain, and from, you can see caterpillar poo there. These ones are also the green caterpillars, come from the white moths, pretty sure the cabbage moths, and they're just destroying these leaves. So all over, they're just pumping them, which is a shame. But yeah, so I just got to keep an eye on this for every couple of days, come down leaves, so there's no more poos on here. So then I know there's still caterpillar, and that's sort of one of the best ways I find, because you don't want to keep looking and there's none there, because it's bloody hard to find, but by the signal of the poos, you know they're there. So we've got the silver beets going well, the rainbow chards are starting to go well, which is nice. And we've just got, these are just some garlics that I found in the compost bin that has started growing, so I've just planted those guys. We've got here some silver beet, which is getting smashed by something. So I say there's been some slugs around with all this wet weather. Our shallots are starting to grow well. They need now to be pruned, so we'll start giving them a cut. So if you cut these guys just above where it's white, it'll give more growth. So we'll start giving those guys a cut. And we've got our radishes at the front here, where these guys are old enough to come out. And you can see here from the rain, they've all started to split. So that there is an overwatering issue. And when you have 2 weeks of rain non-stop, you're going to get issues like this happen. So these leaves here have been smashed as well. So there's a weevil, like tiny little weevils that have been in here overnight. They come out overnight and run the leaves. And so yeah, I've been trying to get rid of the weevils, and here's a great example of a caterpillar. There, green caterpillars. So let's take him off. So that's him there. So he's quite small. He'll probably get about 4 times as big as that. And yeah, so I actually don't really like killing them, so I just throw them elsewhere into the bush. Yeah, so that's that garden. It's doing well. I'm looking forward to the broad beans. They should start shooting up from now. Then in here we've got our other raised garden beds. So it's actually this netting that we built. It's just some star pickets, an old curtain rod which we had. Just put some duct tape on the end so I wouldn't rip it. Nothing special, but it does the job. And then just netting. So here we've got these radishes are 2 weeks old. Or did I do them when it was raining? I think I might have put them in when it was raining. So yeah, these are a week to 2 weeks old. I think 2 weeks old. The Brussels sprouts, I've got a few too many, so I'm going to take some out and put into one of the other planters, but we're starting to do well. Got some purple kohlrabi starting to take off. I planted at different times from seeds because I didn't want to have all of it ready at the same time. The carrots, there's a few rows of carrots here, filled with weeds in between, so I need to come down and get rid of like all these little weeds that are in here. So we've got the carrots. I'm not really interested in growing carrots to eat the carrot. I actually like the tops. We make a really nice pesto. So yeah, hopefully those greens get going. Then we've got some broccoli. We've got, broccoli. The beetroots here, again, need some weeding. So these ones are spaced out so we can get nice beetroots. Where here, this row of beetroots, we want them for the greens. We're not interested in having so much broccoli. We're more about greens and having salads. And then here we've got some radishes, which I'll be making a video later on today, and I'll be pulling out all these guys. So these here, very nice. You can see them splitting again, too much water. But these guys here, these are, I think, French radishes. I have to check. But they do get a lot bigger than this. But at the moment, with all the water, I don't know how much more we're going to grow. And the leaves are quite delicious on these ones. They're not spiky. They're nice and smooth. Where some radishes, I don't like eating because they've got that spiky leaf. So yeah, these guys are 4 weeks old, grown from seed. You can see the difference of them. They're all protruding out, getting ready to pick. Yeah, that one's nice there. Then we've got the endive going well. If you watch the last video, the live I did like 5 minutes ago, the sorrel in the Mr. Stacky is about that tall and about that wide. But if you look at this is getting some nice growth. All of them are. So yeah, very big difference to growing it in there. Maybe it's a sun issue because the mint is overtaking its position. So here we've got our silver beet, which is going well. And then we've got the broccoli. We've got this one here, which is still bigger than the other ones I just showed. And then you got these guys. They're just going so well compared to the other ones. So here they get a little bit more sun, which I think helps, and a bit better drainage. So I think those two reasons, these guys are going super well. Then we've got some Brussels sprouts, which again, I think I'm gonna, there's only 3 there, so I'll probably pull one of these out. So we've got a bit more space to grow, and then some more radishes, which I don't know why these ones, they just haven't really done as well. But they're getting there. We've got some small ones coming up. So yeah, radishes we like to plant every 2 weeks. So we've got planted in 1, 2, 3, 4 different locations every 2 weeks apart. So then we've got a nice supply of radishes. So you don't get overwhelmed and then you have to wait for 4 or 5 weeks or more. It's just a constant supply, which is good. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. What are organic waste still caterpillars? So the caterpillars, I pick them off by hand. You can spray like a neem oil and stuff on them. And you can spray a neem oil on to kill the moth eggs and the butterfly eggs is probably the easiest way. So you'll see little yellow eggs underneath the leaves. That's one of the best ways to do it, is get the eggs before they hatch. So the eggs, you can even spray them with just neem oil, dishwashing soap, and a bit of water. Or you can just like squish them with your fingers, which I prefer that. Or you can just pick the caterpillars off when you see them. So yeah, like the caterpillars are around, which I don't like just like killing them for the sake of killing them, but I do like to move them on from the gardens. And like the moths and that are here before us, and the butterflies. So I don't like to just kill everything, get rid of all the eggs. I try and keep them clean, but also like to move them to elsewhere in the yard. Just so like helps the ecosystem keep going. Thanks for the question, Mary. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna head off now and do some other videos later on. All right, thank you. Any questions, just shoot me an email at info@aussiegreenfarm.com and I'll reply to it there. All right, thanks guys.